Okay, I'm back. I put this under a book and let it dry flat pretty much overnight because Lochinvar came home from work, and so we had dinner and ran some errands and stuff. So this is doing much better now. It is no longer, bubbling up, and it's fine. It was just because it was too wet. So that's one problem solved. So that's good. So now we have that. So now we're ready to just kind of do up some of the final decoration here. And I think I'd like to just kind of start on the inside and work my way out. So while it was being pressed under the books, I found some things to put on the inside. Very luckily for me, I got some really cool cutouts, some fussy cut images. At Christmas, I got a whole package of them. Lochinvar got me like, there's butterflies and there are flowers and there are mushrooms and there are all kinds of things. And I'm sure it's a Tim Holtz pack of some kind, but I've taken the package off of it, so I really don't know what it is. But I do want to, and I want to put some flowers across here, and I want to put some ink around the edges just because they're a little white against that lovely music paper. So you find the right little dauber here that goes with that. Vintage photo. I'm not sure. I think there's enough vintage photo in here left. I kind of had started using the walnut. And I'm just going to kind of patina it. I'm just going to go over the edges, and it's got that kind of antique look to it anyway. But I just want anything that's white to be a little more beigey. There, maybe, I don't know. Let's see. And so even these that are kind of a lightish pink, I'm just going to go over the whole thing just to give it a little more patina. Some of them are printed on more of a patinaed kind of cardstock, and some of them are more on this heavier kind of slightly glossy. And so by putting a little bit of ink over the top, we take off some of that glossiness. It's not gone completely, but it does kind of just tone it down a little bit. So you can see the difference in here with just a little bit of ink. It doesn't even take very much. I mean, this is just, I barely have any on my little dauber here. I just want it to be not quite so stark. I mean, I do have some stark white up here, which is fine. That doesn't bother me. I found some butterflies too that I thought we might put up there, but let's see how we might arrange these. I'm thinking something, let's see, we alternate some pink here. Maybe something like that, so they kind of go out. Again, I don't want to overdo these, but because I'm going to slide some tickets down, or some tags down in there, but I do want something. I do want it to be something up there. So let's just go ahead and stick those down. Just have my trusty glue gun, just because I feel like this is kind of a heavier cardstock and will do better with the hot glue. Yeah. I know we could have put something under there, to make it a little more, to stick out a little more. I did pull some collage papers and things to use around the heart. I'll show you those in just a minute. All I did actually was just went through my scrap bin, and just pulled a few things that I thought would go color-wise with what we're doing. I I have learned along the way that I have to kind of limit how much time I'm going to give myself, or how many things I'm going to pick. It's like, pick 5 things, and then, you know, you pick the first 5 things, and then you're done. You're just going to have to move on and do something else, because I can spend a lot of time digging through scrap bins going, oh, maybe this one, I just did that the wrong way. Oh, well. Oh, well. Because I was going to do them this way, and I did. So either that one's kind of on the end the wrong way, or I guess we could do this just to make it a little different. So we got a couple going that way and a couple going that way. I can't believe I just did that. Oh, well. I don't, yeah, it's hot glue, and I don't think I can peel it back off without tearing it, so I don't want to do that. So let's see, do we do it this way, or do we go ahead and do 3 of them this way and this one kind of pointing out that way? What do we think? Maybe just for balance. Well, that one's pointing out. So that one's pointing this way, and these 2 are pointing this way. I don't know. I'm a little unhappy with myself for doing that, because I was talking and not paying attention. You know, that's what happens sometimes when you don't pay attention. So, alas, it's not the end of the world. It's just a direction for a flower. It's just not the end of the world. So, as much as I wish I had, you know, done this the other way, it's okay. Doesn't matter. We're going to move on. So I found some little butterflies too, and I thought these might be fun, you know, to ink up and put along in here. You know, maybe something like that. Maybe this one over here. That one's a little bit bigger. Seems like that one fits there a little better, doesn't it? Okay, so let's get a little ink on these as well. So again, I'm just gonna use that vintage photo. I have some walnut stain that I like too. And I think on the butterflies, it's especially important to kind of do the top, because, you know, when you look at the die cuts, they've cut, there's a little bit of white there so that you can get the antenna, which is fine. So you have 2 choices. Well, you actually have 3 choices. You can leave it the way it is so that you can see the white, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. You can ink it so that it's not quite so noticeable. Or you can cut off the antenna and then draw them in once you get it on there. So, and I've done all 3. I've left them. Oops, seem to have a cat hair here. I've left them alone. You know, depending on the background, and I've inked them like I'm doing now. And I've cut them off and just drawn them in. So this one you can see is kind of printed on not so much a white glossy paper. And so it's not really, we don't really have to ink it, honestly, because it already has that kind of patina around the edges. So that one's probably okay as is. So let's get those on there. This time I'll lay them out and glue them down and pay attention maybe to what I'm doing. That way. Got to make sure I leave a room for it to close here. I don't want to overlap that stitching. I want to make sure I get some glue on the little parts so that when you take a tag in and out, it doesn't catch. Right? I want to make sure these are good and flat, because there will be tags going in. So I don't want to put too much up here. I want something, you know, we gotta finish it off with something here, right? Do we have it this way maybe? Got a little bit of a thread there. Okay. And then this one. So I don't know, let me know what you think about using the prompts like this. To kind of control what we're making. I'm not sure I would have made this, but I'm enjoying making it. I'm having a good time doing it, And I think it's going to be something fun that I can give to Lochinvar on Valentine's Day. So it's always good. It's always good to have, you know, something for Valentine's Day ready. You know, because we don't do like big money things on Valentine's Day. We have traditionally spent $1 for every year we were together, or we've been together. So this year will be 29 years. And so it would be $29, you know. So that's kind of our little thing is usually we just fix dinner at home. We watch a movie together. We do something together, but we don't do the whole you know, big money kind of expensive Valentine thing. It's just not who we are. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that there are plenty of people who enjoy that and have a good time with it. And I think as long as you're having a good time with it, that's good. We just, when we first got married, we were broke, like many of you, I'm sure. You know, and so that kind of just negated much of anything for Valentine's Day. So over the years, like one year when I had like $2 to spend or something, I bought a $1 package of kids' Valentines, and I used some glitter and I glued them down on pages and decorated like just plain paper. I glued them and then I wrote notes next to all of them and put them in a little notebook and like bound them, you know, in a little notebook with ribbon. You know, and that was his Valentine's Day present because I had $2 whole to spend. And likewise, he has given me origami flowers. You know, so he spent a little money on, like he spent $1 on pipe cleaners, you know, and made origami flowers and put them on pipe cleaner stems. You know, and then bought like a little $1 vase at Goodwill. You know, so it forces you when you're not going to spend but a couple dollars, it forces you to be creative. So, you know, this year I don't know what I'm going to get. I mean, I know he has $29, but in the past few years when we've had 20 something dollars, we actually haven't spent it on gifts. We've combined it and bought something special for dinner. Like a really nice steak that we're going to grill or something like that, you know, or something that we wouldn't normally buy, lobster tails, you know, something fancy that we wouldn't normally have. So the last few years we've kind of just combined that money and had something fancier for dinner at home. So I don't really know. I haven't talked to him yet about what the plan is. I mean, it's still a month away, so we have a little while. He got some air dry clay for Christmas, so maybe I'll get like a little trinket box or something. That would be fun. Okay, so enough about that. Sorry, I digress. All right, so we're gonna put these down here, but before we do that, we have to decide whether or not to put some collage stuff behind them. Now, I pulled out, like I said, some little collage pieces. I pulled some things. Well, okay. So I got this out first, and this is some handmade paper that has texture. So it's kind of different textures on either side. And then I thought that's kind of cool with the little polka dots. So I pulled out some polka dots to go with it. And then I thought, you know, in juxtaposition to the round little polka dots, I might want a grid. And then, you know me, anything that's kind of gold and shiny is good. So I pulled out a little bit of shiny gold, and then I have this is kind of a pearlescent paper, and this is a perforated, this came off of a greeting card that was kind of with this pearlescent. This is part of an envelope, and this came off of a greeting card, which I thought this was pretty. So I've got a little bit of fancy here. I got this because I like the color green here. It's got a little bit of pink in it, which kind of goes with some of the pink inside. Here's a little bit of map that I thought was nice. I found this scrap that I had sewn some stuff together, so I thought we could cut up some pieces. Here's just a little more of that gold. Here's a little green handmade paper. So I just pulled out, I kind of limited myself to just a few little things. So the question is whether or not we should, you know, put some stuff under there. Do we, you know, do we want to put anything under it? Like, is that going to kind of detract from, you know, it's not, the heart's not going to pop? Or will it pop a little more, you know, if we put something under there? And at first I thought maybe I wanted that, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking maybe I like the solid. I wonder about, I don't know if I have a bigger piece of this gold. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. To kind of outline. You know, like, do I want something under there, or do we just want the contrast? See, because at first I thought I really wanted that, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking maybe I'm okay with just the contrast here. You know, I wonder about just putting some little pieces, like if we just have a little bit of torn edge underneath. What if let's see. What if we just stuck down like the center of it here and then decided we could put just some little pieces under the edge? Okay, let's do that. Let's just kind of, I'm just gonna like stick down just the center of it so that we can go back and put stuff under it. I just want it to kind of stay in place. We'll do this side too. Just so it kind of sticks down in one spot and it's not moving around. We don't have to hold it while we're trying to figure out what else to do with it, right? So I'm trying to line that up there. Okay. All right. So now we can kind of take, do we want to, you know, I'm wondering about just doing, you know, some little edges, like sticking out. Let's see, do we want, I'm thinking I like the solid pieces, that the solid might be a little more interesting, you know. And then maybe I like the torn edge here, so maybe there. Kind of work our way around here. Let's see, you've got gold, maybe pearl. I don't know, is that, which one do we like better? Do we like the stuff kind of sticking out there or just the plain? I'm thinking I kind of like the stuff sticking out, actually. I know it's a little ragged looking, but I kind of like that about it. I kind of feel like that makes it look more interesting. So I think what we want to do here then is, I wonder if it would be easier to just put glue on there and let that kind of stick. You can see where I cut it yesterday. I kind of tried gluing it and some of it didn't stay. So let's see if I just get around the edges here. Let it stick to that paper, and then maybe we can pick it up and glue the whole thing. Right. Just trying to do this without having to unstick it all. It's still struggling a little bit, right? strings here. Put some under the edge here where we didn't put it before. Okay, so now that it's kind of, excuse me, I am still fighting this bronchitis-y stuff. Now that it's in place with the heart, we can just kind of pick it up and put just a little glue there. I don't want too much with that handmade paper. Okay, this seems to be working pretty well. You know, if you can glue it from the bottom up, that's always a good idea. Let's see, do we care if that's sticking out? Maybe, there we go. Okay, I think I like that. I think I like it better here. Let's get this tip down. Be okay if I just didn't keep catching this other one. Okay. All right. Yep, I like that. So now we can kind of do the same thing on the other side. Just arrange it around here. Let's see, we had kind of this in the middle, and then, I don't know. I don't know that we need a pattern. Maybe we'll do something a little different over here. Just so it's not quite so matchy-matchy, right? I don't have to have matchy-matchy necessarily. A bit here. A bit more of the gold. I really like the gold. Oh, that's my doorbell. So I will be right back, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. By the time I got there, whoever it was gone, so it must not have been too important. So, you know. Does that happen to you? Do you people come to the door and they don't really stay long enough for you to get there? If you're doing something else, my studio is in my basement, so it takes me a minute sometimes, you know, to get up the stairs and all of that. Let's see, I don't know. I'm not sure I like this little piece of gold here. It doesn't really have anything on it. I want something with some of the bling on it there. You know, ain't no such thing as too much bling. Let's see, so kind of doing it, that would be on top of that one and under that one. Move that up a little. Maybe here. And then finish with this one down here. I like that better. Okay, so I feel like that's working pretty well for me here. So, get that down just a little. All right, so now I'm just gonna try to get some glue on here to stick to that paper. And we'll get it all down in the end. So does that, I was gonna say, does that happen to you? Do people come to your door, or, you know, they call on the phone and by the time you get there, they've hung up, and, you know, it's like, well, I guess it's not important. You know, if you didn't wait very long for me to get there, I guess it's not too important. So, alas. Okay. Seems to be doing okay here. All right, I think I'm going to open that up just to make it a little easier. I fought with it when I did the other side, and I should have just opened it up and made it easier to glue it all down. Right. All right. Still loose right here a little bit. There we go. Under this edge. I know it's kind of, you have to go back and, you know, glue a couple things twice here, but it is easier, I think, than trying to pick it all up and get it back in the right spot. Because I never get it back in the same spot. I know everybody's like, well, take a picture with your phone and then you'll be able to, you know, see where it was. And even when I take a picture with my phone, it never goes back in the right spot. I just can't seem to do it. So once I have it somewhere, you know, that piece is sticking out just a little too much. There we go. You know, so once I have it somewhere, I kind of need to leave it there to glue it back down. All right, let's scoot off these little scraps over here. I'll take care of those in a minute. Oh, I like that. I feel like I still have some things that are loose here, though. Just from that weaving. When I was weaving the paper, and then I cut it apart, you know, and then that creates a problem sometimes. Okay, I think we're good. That looks good. I like that. Okay, now let's do the front. Yep, can still do that. Okay. All right, so for the front, I have some Tim Holtz stickers that I got at Goodwill, I think. So they were in a bag of other stuff. So they say $4.99 from Hobby Lobby, but I think I paid $2 or $3 for a big bag of assorted craft items, and this was one of the things I found inside. So you couldn't actually see it all. It was like, and it was one of the ones. It was the half price color on the sticker. So I think it was like a $6 bag, and I got it for like $3 because it was like half price pink ticket, whatever. And so I thought on here, I found the words love notes, and so I thought I might put that in. Let's see, I know I saw one that said love. Where did I see love? Okay, I know it was here. Here it is, up here. Okay. There we go. So, and this doesn't have a lot of space up here, so I just thought we just kind of put it right up here. Let's see. Kind of line that up. I don't know if the sticky is still really good on these because honestly, like I said, I don't know how old these are. I got these from, excuse me, a secondhand store. So I don't really know. I don't really know how old they are. So we'll see if they start coming off. I'll put some glue under them. And then for down here, I thought a stamp might be nice. So I have a couple of different things. I pulled out this one. Let's see. I think that's the right way up. So I thought this was pretty because it's got some green on it, but it also has a little bit of red that echoes, some of the red in here. So I thought that might be a nice choice. So that's an actual stamp off of an envelope. I just tore it off. Here's a reprint of a stamp that I got from a stamp catalog, and I thought the color on that might be nice. It's kind of a goldish, right? And this looks like it's got some kind of wagon on it. This is an actual stamp that came in a package of foreign stamps I bought. So this is a stamp from Jamaica. So I thought this was cool because I like the color of it. I thought the color was pretty. And then this is a sticker that is dimensional that kind of just has a stamp edge to it that has a little birdcage and flower on it. So theme-wise, I feel like this one goes really well with kind of the theme, but color-wise, I feel like this one, I kind of like that one. I mean, it's different. It's not what you would expect to see there. And it really has nothing to do with love notes or anything, but I like the idea of a stamp because you might send a love note in the mail, right? So I like the idea of that. So I think we're just going to use that one. So I'm just going to throw that stamp on there. I dug around and found I had stamps kind of scattered throughout. I had some of them I had by theme and some of them I had by color and things like that. And I decided that I just needed to put them in one little bin. So that the bin I have that is small embellishments, I just put a little takeout tray with stamps that are real stamps and faux stamps that I've made. I cut like this picture out of a catalog, so things that I just cut out of magazines or catalogs and made faux stamps out of. So I've got that, and then I've got real stamps in here too. Oops. But I've got them all in one place. Well, that's a cute little stamp. I got them all in one place so that when I want a little something, we can put that on. It's kind of unexpected. I like that. So, okay, so we have love notes and we have this. All right. So I think the only thing left was I think I'm gonna poke a couple of holes here, which is going to be in between right here, and put a tie in. So let me get my crocodile and some little doodads to put in there. I never can think of what those are called. Eyelets, that's what they are, eyelets. So Okay, I'm back. I have my crocodile. Now I have some eyelets. I have one green eyelet, but I could put maybe pink on the back. So I have a green or pink and round, and then I have some little hearts in pink. So let's see, what do we think? There's the pink one, little contrast, but it's a heart. There's the green. I kind of think I might like the green. And then on the back, we could do a heart on the back just because it doesn't have to be the same thing, right? It could be different with a little heart on the back. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, I'm just going to kind of eyeball here. Let's see, I want my... let's see, I just got to figure out which one to get, huh? Figure out which hole to punch. So, get this in here. I'm going to eyeball about the middle. Let's see. Does it matter? What do you think? Like right about here, because that's kind of where we've put this, is sort of the middle. Yeah, I think so. Hole only, oh, it just occurred to me, if I do that, we won't be able to open. Oh, wow. I can't believe that didn't even occur to me until now. If I put an eyelet in, I won't be able to open it. I could punch a hole and just run ribbon through there and still be able to open it. So maybe that's what we should do. Okay. I can't believe it did not even occur to me that if I put an eyelet in there, it won't open. Duh. It's like, oh my gosh. Do you ever do things like that? Do you do things and you think, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? There's a song, you know, about what was I thinking. It's like I know what I was feeling, but what was I thinking? Okay, well, let's try it with a piece of ribbon. Let's see. So if I just put the ribbon through like this, I should still be able to open it, and then I can tie it shut, right? It would just have some ties here. I could tie it. Okay, let's try that. Oh, you just never know sometimes. So if I open this out and tie it, so that we know that can open. Well, maybe if I can get my fingers to work. Come on, under there, under there. Okay, all right, let's cut another piece. I guess I should have measured that first. A little extra here. You can always cut it off, right? Okay, and so then we'll run another piece through here. Again, we'll open it like this so that we know it'll open up all the way. Tie a knot there. I hope this works. I made this whole little thing and I can't believe it didn't even occur to me. Okay, so it opens up, so we should still be able to slide a tag in there. And then in order to close it, we should be able to just tie it shut. What do you think? Don't know. I might have to think of a different way. How else could we use the ribbon to close it? Could put a bead that you pull it through. I don't know, too many ribbons here. What do you think? I'm just not sure. See, now I'm kind of stumped. Yeah, I just don't love that. I guess we could wrap it around, like there could be a long piece that goes around. So it would kind of look like this if we had a longer piece. Just, and then wrap, you know, would wrap this way. Okay. I'm going to think about this for a minute and I will be back to show you whatever I decide. Okay, I'm back. I have decided what to do, so I will show you. You can see I've tied it in the middle and I've got a piece of ribbon that runs all the way around. The other ribbon that I had, I didn't have enough to cut another piece long enough to run it all the way around, and I decided that part of the reason it was hard to tie was because there were too many pieces of ribbon. There were like 4 pieces. So I went ahead and put in some eyelets, but I put in 4 of them just so that it wouldn't tear. I feel like that this might tear. So I put in an eyelet on each side instead of 1 eyelet through. I put in 1 on each. So you can still open it all the way up. And when you close it, you just tie it around. So there's just a tie here, to tie around. So it's a little easier because the other, you had those 4 ribbons, and this one, then you only have 2 pieces of ribbon to tie in a little bow or a knot, whatever you want to do here. So, this makes it a lot simpler, I think. And then you've got a little bit of ribbon hanging down and it's got a closure. So I think that's good. And then there's room then to put the tags in and it will still close because there's plenty of ribbon to go around it, and it kind of just makes a little band around it. So I think that is the solution for this, because I didn't think through how I was going to close it before I started making it. So alas, that's what happens sometimes. You have to improvise. Overall, though, I really like this. So if we go back and look, we have drawing, which we did some doodling on the heart that we did. Then we have sewing patterns or tissue. That's what these little flowers are. Music paper, which we covered the whole outside of it with. We have the color green that we've used repeatedly. So there's green here, there's green in the flowers, there's green in the heart. We have holidays. This is Valentine's Day, whatever the upcoming holiday is. And we've made a little folio. So out of a piece of paper, and then something I can put some tags in. I might even have some tags already made that would fit in there. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check and see. But that is our finished project. So I hope you had a good time with this. I had a lot of fun doing this. I feel like it was enough of a challenge to be interesting for me, but not so hard that I was bogged down in there are too many choices. So that was kind of the point of the cards. Please give me a thumbs up, give me a like if you enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed, I would invite you to do so. If you have, thank you very much. Until I see you next time, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.